Israel says Iran is poised for major retaliation as U.S. deploys submarine and hurries the carrier group along and tells them, hey, get to the Middle East like now. Hey, everybody, Johnny here, Don't Speak News. Well, this is news they're obviously speaking about. In a significant shift in its recent assessment of Iran's intentions, Israeli intelligence reportedly now believes that Iran is preparing a major strike on Israel after all, and that it will happen in the next few days. This comes after Israel had concluded that international pressure and U.S. saber-rattling had persuaded Iran to leave it to Lebanese militant group Hezbollah to strike Israel for blowing up Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran on July 31st. Israeli Defense Minister Gallant shared his country's latest assessment with U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin in a Sunday conversation, according to Axios, and he told Austin that Iranian actions signify the country is readying a major strike. Also on Sunday, Gallant told an Israeli Defense Forces unit that Iran and Hezbollah are threatening to harm us in a way that they haven't done in the past. And yes, it certainly appears to be the case. And so now Israeli intelligence seesawing assessment reflects an ongoing debate inside the Iranian government, according to a source with access to the intelligence told Axios. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps is pushing for a more severe and broader response than Iran's April 13th attack on Israel. But the new Iranian president and his advisors believe a regional escalation now wouldn't serve Iran's interests. And of course, the U.S. is on record saying that they would support regime change in Iran and help facilitate that in the event Israel is attacked in a big way. But anyway, a Pentagon spokesman said Austin assured Gallant that America is committed to take every possible step to defend Israel and noted the strengthening of U.S. military force posture and capabilities throughout the Middle East in light of escalating regional tensions. Yes. Well, the thing is, you still have Ukraine and NATO fighting Russia right now as well. So it's not just one big war. This is going to be global real quick once it lights off, once it kicks off, however you want to say it. So now the strengthening of the U.S. force posture included the deployment of the USS Georgia, which is a guided missile submarine, to the U.S. Central Command Theater. Armed with up to 154 Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles, the Kings Bay, Georgia-based vessel recently completed joint training exercises in the Mediterranean with Force Recon Marines and Special Operations Forces, including units from the UK, Norway, and Italy. Austin also ordered the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group, already steaming to the conflict zone and laden with F-35Cs and F-18 fighters, to accelerate its transit, according to the Pentagon. So hurry up, in other words. There you go, guys. It's all heating up really quickly, and this is right after Neil Jones and I got done talking about all these things. And then we have some covert intel from Hal. I'm going to scroll back up here. He's supposed to be on vacation, but it's just like me. You can't resist when all this stuff is going on. But we have both U.S. and Israeli officials state they have observed a significant increase in preparations by Iranian missile and drone units in the west of the country over the last 24 hours, with the preparation seen similar to what was observed right before Iran's large-scale attack in April against Israel. An Israeli official said in conversations with security officials said Monday that Israel's latest assessment that Iran was planning another direct attack and it could come imminently, and just like I got done reading to you. So I'm going to skip through some of this. But Tehran's allies in Iraq and Syria are planning to attack U.S. bases in those countries as Iran launches its expected attack on Israel, according to an Iraqi official with close ties to Iranian-backed forces in the region. Then in a joint statement, the U.S. and European allies expressed support for defending Israel in the face of an Iranian attack. The U.S. publicly estimates that the Iranian response is expected to be significant. Privately, those same officials expressed shock bordering on panic at the level of missiles being moved. A senior Israeli official told me the Iranians openly signal on the ground their determination to carry out a significant attack, in addition to their public statements that the attack will exceed the one they carried out in April. Iranian public statements do not reflect any retreat. So U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin just ordered the Abraham Lincoln and Carrier Strike Group 3, which just departed yesterday from Guam, to expedite their deployment to the Middle East, which is what we just talked about. And of course, USS Georgia, which is an Ohio-class guided missile submarine with over 150 Tomahawks on it, is on the way as well. Israeli Minister of Defense Gallant spoke earlier with U.S. Secretary of Defense Austin regarding preparations that have begun to be observed in Western Iran, saying that a large-scale attack against Israel is now imminent, just as we said before from the Zero Hedge article. So now the 9th of Av begins on Monday evening, which is tonight. It's already happening in Israel because they're 7 hours ahead of East Coast time. It's considered the saddest day in the Jewish calendar, coinciding with numerous calamities in Jewish history. Now, Tisha B'Av means the 9th day of the Jewish month of Av, and on this day, some 2,000 years ago, the temple in Jerusalem was destroyed by the Romans. Remarkably, it happened on the exact same date in the Jewish calendar as Solomon's temple was destroyed by the Babylonians 650 years before. The ground was leveled, sown with salt, and rendered desolate. So this is why they're saying that Iran may attack during this solemn time of mourning among the Jewish people, as it is to this day. But what's weird is that the first temple was also destroyed on the 9th day of Av, and many other tragedies happened to the Jewish people on the same day. And gold and oil are going up, saying the attack is beginning tonight. As gold went up 37.50 and oil went up 283. So Western Iranian airspace appears to have become empty. But of course, we've seen that before. Then in Ukraine and Russia, this is on Telegram as well. Putin gave a speech today. See if I can find it here as we scroll up. Saying that there's no more negotiations about Ukraine, because how can you negotiate with people that are trying to destroy nuclear power plants and shooting at civilians? There it is. Putin said there's nothing to talk about with Kiev anymore, which attacks civilians and nuclear power facilities. And so that's essentially what he says here. And like Hal says, you're seeing what I'm seeing. Looks like everyone believes the Iran-Israel thing goes hot within 6 hours. We shall see. As Leland says, we shall watch, as always. And so that's what I will do. I'll keep my eyes on things like I always do, guys, as best that I can. And that's it for now. God bless, take care. Johnny Storm, Don't Speak News.